Perry, let's start with you. How did Genesis Kelowna do?
They did fantastic. They answered.
Who did you talk to?
Sorry, what's her name again?
Olivia.
Olivia?
Sorry. Olivia answered literally on the first ring. I asked to book obviously an oil change. She originally said that she was booking out whatever a couple weeks, and I said, well, I just want an oil change. And she asked me if I needed a courtesy vehicle, and if I'd been there before. She basically got me booked in for next Wednesday. She did a great job.
Okay, nice work. Good job. Good job, Kelowna. Okay, did she get your info?
Huh? I didn't give her my info because I told her it was me after she started booking the appointment on Wednesday. Susan,
Okay.
when she started asking me, I said it was me.
She asked for the info.
Yes,
Okay.
I said it was me.
Okay, cool. How did Genesis, or Sam, how did Genesis Victoria do?
Not so great. They answered the phone right away. Just to give you some context, I said, hey, I'm in town for business. I'll leave on Sunday. My oil change light went on. I failed to do it. Do you think I could get in? I'd be happy to wait. Colin Levesque, the sales manager, picked up. He said, we probably can't get you in. We're quite busy. We're booking far out. He said, they'll let me get my appointment coordinator to call you back, and we'll see what we can do for you. She did call me back within
Nice.
5 minutes,
Okay.
which was great. So the follow-up was there. Then when I spoke to her, she just basically told me that the Hyundai shop was quite busy. There's no way they can get me in. She asked me if I needed a courtesy car for next week once they can get me in. I said no, like I'm in town for the week. I said I'm happy to sit in the dealership and wait. She said unfortunately we can't get you in. She kept talking about Hyundai's too busy. Hyundai's too busy. We're connected shopping.
Who
Pardon
were
me?
you, do you know who you were talking to?
Alexandra. So I told her like I'm happy to wait. I'm concerned. I said if I was a Victoria customer, would you guys get me in? Is it because I'm not local? And she said no, it wouldn't matter. It's just we're far too busy right now. We can't get you in. So we struggled with that. Just to give you some feedback, guys. Obviously, I've done this and we failed it before. We struggled with that mentality at Kelowna Hyundai and just had this mindset: we're too busy. We can't get people in. One thing we told people is our staff when we get those situations, go to your sales or service manager and empower him to try to find a way to get it done. And we've killed that. Like we can't get it done.
Scott, when you were there, what have you got it in?
Yeah.
100%. We'll squeeze it in somehow, some way.
Okay.
If I was there, she usually does come to me when I'm there.
Fair enough.
Okay. But hey, guys, it's okay. But I want you to review it with her, right? We shouldn't be saying no, right? It might have been a missed opportunity, might have been a missed sale. What if they trade their car in, right?
One thing this reiterates to you guys is how much it's necessary to have your appointment coordinators or BDC involved in your advisor training.
Correct.
Okay, so you need to incorporate them into it because they're the front line, right?
Okay, let's go to Maple Ridge Hyundai. Did Kelowna Hyundai?
Yeah, I made a phone call, talked to reception, quick transfer, not really any waiting. Got a hold of Becca, super friendly, good attitude. Told her I had never been there before, so she tried to create a file for me. Got my name, asked me what kind of vehicle I had, kilometers. I could tell she was going right to the maintenance manual, told me that I was due for a service one at the maintenance I was at. Then also
Wow, nice.
service before, and I said that I serviced in Langley and I just moved. And she says, well, if you can get your VIN number and give me a call back, I'll give Langley a call to see what you're actually due for, which I thought was really cool. So then we got past that. I asked just for the next available appointment, which is Monday the 17th at 10:45. She did just sell me an oil change based on the information I did. She did give me a quote, and then just reviewed exactly when I was booked in and how much it was going to be and everything.
Wow, that is a win. Nice work. Wow. Okay, Lonnie and Colin, tell us about your to Kelowna Hyundai.
Reception answered right away, and she was very pleasant. She did transfer us right away, but we did sit on hold for service for quite a while.
How long?
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
The receptionist, she was actually a little choppy.
Yeah.
She was really nice and friendly, but it was almost like an uncomfortable interaction.
Okay, so 1 minute on hold is probably too long, guys. Okay, keep going.
It was Tyler that we ended up talking to in service, and he did let you kind of pick what day you wanted to come in.
Yeah, I asked him, I said, I need to get my oil changed. He immediately asked me year, make, model, kilometers. If I did a great job, if I knew my previous history. Said, I can get you, can you come right now? Pretty much was his mentality. I can get you in right now. Like, I don't know if I can. Like, what about tomorrow? he didn't review.
Is he going to call you back or?
No, that's just how it was left. He
yeah,
just didn't
no.
confirm what service he went great.
Saturday at 1 p.m. I booked it.
Oh, okay.
We don't know what for.
Okay.
But
Okay.
he was very
It was
friendly,
good, yeah.
knowledgeable, well-spoken, professional, polite, educated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was a good call.
Yeah.
Okay, nice work. Okay, Penticton and Sunrise. Scott, how did you, when you booked in for Penticton, what happened?
They answered right away on the second ring. I believe it was a salesperson that answered the call. And then I was on hold for just over 6 minutes, and then they hung up on me.
Okay, did you go call back or you left it at that? Okay. So that was a fail. So, okay. Okay, I want you to try again at the break and lunch. Okay, call back again and get a different, see if they actually figure out how to, and what
Great
happened.
message when you're on hold. They got chocolate chip cookies. They got a play area for the kids.
Okay, well, I want you to try and do a service appointment because we're trying to rate, not the receptionist, we're trying to rate service. So
Now,
please,
at the same time, she's by herself, right?
yeah. So I want it redone and I want it get you to get through service. So please do it at lunch so we can get a proper one.
Excuse me, if anything, especially when, like, the smaller stores where we don't have as much coverage, that it maybe goes to a voicemail, just so the customer can.
Well,
get a voicemail.
most times the customer would have called back and said, hey, did I get hung up? Or I was waiting on 6 minutes. But in a small town,
Or they just don't call back.
right. But
Right,
in this
so-
particular case, I wanted you to try one more time.
See the number to call back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's definitely unacceptable that you waited that long.
'Kay. Okay, how are you going to address that, Scott?
Okay, how?
Yeah.
Well, I address it almost weekly with our parts department. If there's a service call on hold for Randy and Amy to answer the call and help out and book the appointment.
Okay.
And try to get them in same day. This was obviously a failure.
Okay, well, if I was from Kelowna and Penticton hung up on me, or 6 minutes, I'd probably just say, screw it, I'm going to go to Kelowna.
You also can't have salespeople answer the phone that they're not going to follow it through.
Right.
Having the same idea all the fucking time. Like, if the salesperson answers the phone, they have to be responsible for that call, right? So you're trying to pick up sales calls, but then you just leave it. They're just like, oh, I don't care about service. Right? If you pick up the call and you have to wait a minute, hey, my service department's really busy. I'm going to grab your name, number, and I'm going to write it down, put it on a sticky note, and then you bring it over to the service staff and actually be like, hey guys, I know you guys are busy, but this person just called, right?
Okay, well, I don't even know why the salesman's taking the call. Is the receptionist not there or what happened?
I mean, good question, Johnny.
Okay. Okay, what happened with Sunrise?
Okay, and not to be vindictive over that one, but I talked to Carrie. I called in, got reception. I was on hold for maybe less than 10 seconds. I talked to a girl, Carrie. I asked her for an oil change. Obviously, I wanted to get in that same day because I was visiting relatives and needed to leave tomorrow. The minute I said that, I could tell that her attitude changed and she was very unfriendly. Although she accommodated me, I have an appointment for 2 o'clock today. She was very short with me, wasn't friendly, did not leave me feeling warm and fuzzy. So, yeah.
That's not uncommon.
Okay, well, we've got to address it, man.
Yeah, no
I want to see a one-on-one recap. Addressing, I want it to say exactly what happened today. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to see it in the recap. Okay. Woodgrove and Okanagan Dodge. Connor, tell us about what happened when you phoned Woodgrove.
So I phoned Woodgrove, it rang 6 times and went to Guy's voicemail. And then Tom called back 5 minutes later and got Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, I answered the phone.
So what happened there on the first one? Like, what is going on?
There's an issue with our phone not being set up properly.
Okay, well, do something about it, man. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's the second call, they answered, they got the service picked up on the second ring. First thing I noticed was just service, no
Okay.
introduction or anything like that. He was able to get me in tomorrow for an oil change. I told him I had a 2019 Eco-Diesel, but he couldn't give me a real good price on the oil change. It was $250 to $400. And then asked for my VIN number, which of course I didn't have. Didn't ask for my name, I ended up asking for his name, and he asked if I'd been there before. It was
Okay.
essentially had there, which I
Okay.
had, of course, but yeah.
Okay, so I think everybody, other than a couple stores, you got some stuff to take back and review with your teams, right?
Over to Okanagan.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, good. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I called, went through the prompts, got Diane, I believe is her name.
2019 Eco Diesel. You know how much it is going to be for the oil change. I don't have my VIN with me. She said, I don't have that. I said, well, just a ballpark, and she didn't know. At that point, she said they could get me in tomorrow. I said, well, how long is it going to take? And she said, the appointment is for check-in. We don't have a quick loop. So, you know, it may be a few hours or whatever from the time it's dropped off. She asked me what my last name was, so she put me in the system. And I think that was when she asked me again for the VIN. She hesitated, or I hesitated, and then she went on to asking me for the VIN again, that the oil changes are VIN specific, and then didn't circle back to my last name. And
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll get my VIN and give you a call back.
Okay. Okay. So would you? Oh, pardon me. Oh, sorry. Okay, I missed some.
Just real quick, just while we're on that though, like, Scott, can we, like, I know you obviously already mentioned that the appointment coordinators need to be involved in the advisor training, but they need to have the proper, I don't know if it's menu pricing or pricing in general of like what our actual pricing is. Like, I guarantee the girl at Kia doesn't have it, doesn't sound like the girl at Okanagan does it, doesn't sound like the girl at Victoria has it. Like the stores that actually don't have the advisors booking the appointments, we need to give the tools to the right people, right? So like if somebody phones our service department and asks how much our oil change should be, we should be able to give that answer, especially appointment coordinator, right? So we need to create some kind of document for those people.
A guide.
Don't they just pull that up?
You need a guide or something.
They should have it readily available, like our girl has.
They need to be trained on, like,
It's the training side of it, because I mean, they have the pamphlets in front of them now, the Dodge stores and Ford, that's a little bit differently, because we don't have the cards in front. I mean, we could make a card, but it's pretty complex.
Gotta do something.
Ours, it's all different, it's done by VIN, so
I
it's.
think they have to be able to quote like a basic price with no change.
Yeah, should be able to do
Anything
your
more
rates
than
on
that, it should be simple, like, if you have any questions about the servicing, I could get the advisor to call you back.
Absolutely.
And just focus back in, so does morning or afternoon work better for you tomorrow? Oh, morning, okay, so 9:15 or 10:45? Oh, 9:15 or better, okay. And they close down the appointment, I need your first and last name, blah, 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 and they lock it in. We should train them on that, but I think a basic price is all they should quote. If they want servicing questions, they need to talk to an advisor.
Well, I think there has to be a process, is what Jordan's getting to.
Well,
And I don't.
there's a process of good tracking in the binder.
Right, but you know what? You know how good a binder is if no one's going through it with the staff member.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it all comes back down to training.
Okay. So, I think that's a real opportunity. Okay, so where do we leave off? Victoria and Kelowna Kia. So how did you guys make out?
I called in, got answered right away. Was on. They transferred it over to service writer on hold for about 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh wow, that's a fail.
Female.
It was a female. Yeah.
No, we didn't get reception.
Once it did get transferred over and they picked up, I talked to Tiana. Super friendly, really nice. Asked what I was booking in for, asked if I've been there before, took my information, my address, asked what vehicle I had, and then asked what type of maintenance I was looking to do. I said just a base oil change. Asked me what day works best for me. I told her Friday. She says, I can get you in this Friday, anytime, what time do you want to drop off? I said noon, no problem. Asked if I needed a shuttle, and that's good. She reviewed everything with me, and that's it.
She did a good job?
Oh,
You were
yeah,
happy?
Really good job, yeah.
Okay, nice. Other than 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes on a hold is probably too much. Okay, how did Kia do with Victoria?
Well, the first time I called, I got voicemail. The second time I called, I got voicemail. The third time on the fifth ring, they answered. They didn't say where they were, they just answered. Didn't say they were service, so I asked for service. Said this is. I said, I'm from out of town. Overdue on my oil changing to get it done. Can I drop it off today? She said, no, my next available appointment is at April 23rd. I said, if I drop my vehicle off with you for a day or two, can you squeeze it in? And she's like, well, you can drop it off, but it's probably not going to go in. And I said, is there anywhere you recommend that I can get it done? She said, any mechanic shop. And I said, okay, and then we ended the call.
Okay, so you guys got a culture problem that you're not communicating and not leading, right? So, okay.
Just really quick too, if we're done this exercise, I think there was a lot of passes. If we're really trying to be the best, not one person. I think Kelowna Hyundai Tyler sounded like he pitched some extra stuff, but we booked the appointment and we were friendly, but we didn't actually pitch anything, right? So once again, like the girl at Kia, like the intent is for that position is, hey, you want to come in for an oil change? Awesome, let me book that in for you. I also noticed based on your kilometers that you're also supposed to be doing this, this, and this. Do you want to go ahead and do that? It's okay if the customer says no to that, but it's just that's where we want the first touch to be, and then the advisor would then do it again when the customer comes in, and then we might do it a third time as a manager touch, right? But like, you know, it did sound like this person actually tried to pitch anything.
That was Victoria. Yeah. I'm running an hour behind. But it's been good. But I'll catch up. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
You know, they're the ones that are like some of the most profitable stores we have. It's those shop wide, right? They're actually trying to pitch from the appointment coordinator or from the advisor on very first touch, at least a small pitch right up the top. So like I think that's a big takeaway for Kia, right? You know, if she's the one that's going to be answering all these calls, we need to make sure she's like answering them like really fast, and she's also knows what the end goal. The end goal is that we book an appointment, but we also try to sell on that appointment. Whatever they're coming in for, we try to like do something on top. If somebody's coming in for brakes, okay, just still based on your mileage, you're also you also need to do this based on your own manual, whatever it is, right? We need to teach the word trust there, right?
And it gives you actually 4 opportunities to sell that extra work, guys. So you get it at the appointment coordinator if they say no. Then it goes to the advisor. The advisor already knows that they've deferred that work, so the advisor can go through it again. Then the technician does their video, he recommends it again, and then it comes back to the service advisor at the close. So you've got 4 opportunities to sell that work, guys.
Okay, anyway, good exercise, guys. Take some takeaways, go back, you got some stuff you can train, and maybe talk to your teams and let them know, you know, this is where you share them. Say, this is what happened, right? Is that good business? Maybe not. You know, maybe we got to tighten things up, right? The thing is just knowing what our customers are going through. Okay, next, I'm going to try and fly through this because we are about an hour behind. So, customer retention best practices. You guys all complained about not having enough appointments in February. Do you have a lost soul plan 12 months or out that is actually being executed?
I started one this week, just because obviously February was a miss, so I created one and I shared it with Scott. He's asking me to give me that information and send it.
So, probably needed to do it ahead of time though, right? So, if you don't know going into February that your count's going to be down, so I want you all to write this down. You should constantly have a lost soul plan. Do you know what lost soul means? It means one of your customers, that Perry mentioned units in operation, one of your customers that has a VIN, UIP, units in operation, that has not been in your store for a year. We want to know who it is, we want to look at their history, and we want to come up with a plan. So you should all be able to pull the report. Is there anybody here that doesn't know how to pull a 12-month lost soul customer list? Okay, so Scott, can we train him and get him the knowledge? I meant Scott Jackson. Okay. And then the second part would be Brandon and Perry are kind of teaming the marketing now, so we're going to run out some plans for this. But, you know, CC me and Jordan when you're communicating with Perry, because I'm going to start holding him accountable to making sure there's more stuff coming through. But lost soul 12-month, you guys should all have that. So I know you started some, right, Perry? At some stores, but if you haven't, then we want to put your plans together. Scott as well.
Is this going to go into the calendar?
This is going to be in the calendar. Okay. Are the customer updates are tight? So that just means like, you know, is PBS uptight or is there notes in there? Okay, so that if someone declined a service, it's actually getting put as an option code. Okay, right? CSI, do we have really good CSI? Are we tracking it daily? Are you doing it when you get a bad survey? Are you and the advisor talking about it? Okay, when you get a great service, are you celebrating it? Okay, you know, how much, you know, I say this all the time, how much exit interviews are you doing as a GM or a service manager? Okay? When you walk through your shop, are you stopping in and saying hello to the persons in the lounge as a GM? You are the ambassador. Are you introducing yourself and saying, hey, my name is Tristan Marshall, I'm the new GM, I just want to welcome you to the store? Okay, I haven't seen you in here before, or I have seen you in before, you know, just anything you can do, right? Top 5 KPI discussions, right? So, you know, I'd like to know, what do you guys think are, you know, some KPI discussion and top things we need to retain customers? So let's go around the room. Scott, do you have any ideas?
I've got an idea, and I'm kind of throwing it out there. I think that at time of sale, we should have some kind of card or something, and do it, especially on used, do a 10% discount for that VIN number for the time of day in that vehicle.
Okay.
To try to bring it back.
Thomas, anything you think a good idea for retaining customers?
One thing that really worked well in my last store was first free oil change. So you're guaranteed that customer's coming back, so you have that shot there for business.
Okay. Let me take that back with the free stuff. What I will tell you is that some of you aren't even tracking first oil changes, new and used. I could look you straight in the eye and say, what's your percentage on used cars right now coming back in the service department? And you wouldn't be able to tell me a good percentage. You wouldn't be able to say 80% of them are coming back and doing business with us. Right? Come on. That's the basic stuff, man. Basic stuff is you guys are selling, some of you are selling 80 to 100 cars a month, and you don't have a system and track to bring them back into service and know where you're at 3 to 6 months now. Now, everybody's good at new because they're on warranty. So you can kind of stumble over, you know, having 80%. Maybe Maple Ridge not so much because they might be selling some cars, you know, some vehicles, but Maple Ridge is the only store that is a multiple store at PMA. Okay, the rest of you are on single point stores, right? So, you know, the new is easy. Anybody can make sure they have a high pen. It's the used sales. How many of you have a really good system to track used cars coming back into our service department? And are we booking the first appointment? Right? And then, okay, so let's just say some of you are really good at the first appointment. How good are you on the second one? Or are they now going to Canadian oil change? That would be a big thing, right? So a lot of this stuff is tracking, guys. You know, wash and clean every vehicle. Who here thinks that they're really good at making sure they're giving the customer the vehicle back better than the way they got it? Okay, you guys are? Okay, Scott, you guys are doing that well? How are you guys doing at Sunrise?
We don't do it.
How come?
Just because of the hard water, it makes it worse. We got more complaints than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, 100 Mile changed the water like 3 years ago.
It's just spots, and it just
Okay.
looks terrible.
You have to you have to wash and dry every vehicle.
Okay, Con, how are you doing?
Yeah, we have 4 detailer wash people. Try to wash everything comes through, and if we get busy, we obviously target our high CSI people. You know, for people that are going to get a survey. Can I say we're perfect? I know.
Okay.
Do we inspect what we inspect?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria?
We wash every vehicle that
And
comes through.
you feel good about it?
Yep.
Okay. Guy?
I would say we're about 75 to 80%.
Okay.
Doing a good job when you do it, but we need to do every vehicle.
Okay. Okanagan?
We need to be better at it. Our
Okay.
detail department's pretty junior and learning.
Okay. Pre-book next appointment. This is such a no-brainer. This is such a no-brainer. It baffles me that we're not doing it at 100%. So I want you to think about it. You're a businessman. You have your own business. You have a customer coming in doing business with you. And you're letting them leave knowing that they were going to require more maintenance in 6 months or a year, depending on how they drive. You're letting them leave without booking their next appointment. Does that make any good business sense to you? Any of you? That you wouldn't have a process to make sure that every single customer that came through your service department had their next booking? If you don't have that written down to make sure it happens at 100%, I'm going to force feed you. Okay? That process will be force fed by me personally at every store. It is a job requirement and a mandate for every service manager to make sure that every customer that comes to their service department, they have a process that has booked their next appointment, just like the dentist. I call it the dentist initiative. I cannot go into the dentist. They all went to a conference and they came up with one thing. Who likes to go to the dentist? Nobody. So they said, what should we do? Nobody's going to come to the dentist without us having a system. Do you think people like to come to service departments and spend money? Probably the same as a dentist. So what did the dentist people do? They said, you know what? Let's put this 100% process in, and that no matter what, they can't get out of our place without booking the next appointment. And guess what? 99% of every dentist across Canada has this iron-proof process and system that when you go in there, they're going to book the next appointment. They have reminders sent to you. They have texts sent to you. They have emails sent to you. They have links if you on confirmation, yes or no. So, pre-book next appointment is a mandate at every store, man. That's just good business. We'll keep going here. The dentist initiative has to be one of the biggest takeaways. Okay, we're on the lunch break, guys. All right, so I'm going to go through a couple things.
Hi there, my name is Con. I'm the technician
Tech service.
on your opponent today. It's coming for a basic service, oil change, tire rotation, and inspection. Just looking at your engine bay to start with, we are of course going to be running fresh oil into the filter. Fluid-wise, we're just going to be talking about the windshield washer fluid. Looking at your filters, this is your air filter. It is still good for right now, but there is some dirt building up, so it will be a recommendation for the next service to have one in place. Cabin filter, however, definitely dirty. Lots of material built up. This is the filter that gets used with your HVAC systems. You are breathing this air in, so we are going to be putting in a recommendation to replace that this service. Looking at brakes, these are the fronts. They're measuring at 9 millimeters. No recommendations here. I think that's great. Looking at the rear brakes, also measuring at 9 millimeters. Everything looks great here. No recommendations at all. We'll be rotating your tires. These are winters and they're studded. They look brand new. As far as measurement, they're 10, 30 seconds of an inch. Now they are studded, so we are recommending you put your all seasons on as soon as you can. They do need to be off by April 30th. Overall, the quote is in great condition. The service advisor will reach out with a quote on that cabin filter. Thanks for servicing with Kelowna Hyundai. Again, my name's Con.
Okay. Decent. What does everyone think? Good. Con, what was my report card with yours?
No undercarriage picture. Didn't show my face in the video. And just an overall condition of the vehicle. Probably could have spoken about the vehicle a bit more.
Okay. So, as a technician, sort of information, not bad. As a sales manager, presentation to the customer, I failed it. I said redo it. I did sort of a spiff, I acted out what I wanted. Here's the next one. Oh, just hold on here. Where did she put that? Here's the next one.
Good afternoon. My name is Con. I'm one of the technicians working at Kelowna. I'm working on your vehicle today. So we have your 2021 Santa Fe in for a cattle converter warranty replacement. As you can tell, we already have some things part of your engine bay. We also use a fender cover just to make sure that the paint is unaffected from us working on it and nothing gets damaged. I am just taking a look at some of the maintenance items on your vehicle while we have it here. So I wanted to start out with your engine air filter. It is quite dirty with material built up in it. And if you look at your air filter box, you can actually tell some of the plugs and dirt and debris that's come off through the side of the filter. So your recommendation to replace that air filter and vacuum up that box. This is your cabin filter for the inside of the air through the HVAC system. It's actually looking in good shape. Nothing really wrong with that. It's a little bit dirty, so we might look at that next time. Looking at the engine oil, we're not doing an oil change today, but the engine oil is going dark. I am going to recommend you do an oil change, but we'll look at your history to see what your last one was. Looking at your front brakes, so it'll be brake sheet, 9 millimeters is the measurement, no recommendations there. Now your rear brakes are measuring at 8 millimeters, no recommendations, they look in great shape. Your tires are equally measuring at 30 seconds of an inch. They are winter tires, so we are recommending to put your all seasons on just as soon as you can with the warm weather. We don't want these wearing down any more than they need to. Okay, now we're looking at the chassis and the underside of the car. As you can tell, we have the exhaust part for the cattle converter replacement. First thing I noticed was a little bit of oil down by towards your timing chain and lower part of the engine. We're going to have to figure out where that oil is coming from. This vehicle is still under factory warranty, so there's a chance that we'll be looking at a warranty repair. Otherwise, the rest of the chassis looks in great shape. I don't see any damage or marks or hits. Okay, that concludes my video of the recommendations I have. I'll make sure that the advisor reaches out with that oil change and oil leak recommendation. Thanks for servicing with Kelowna Honda. Again, my name is Tom.
Okay, a little bit more polished on that one. So, my challenge to all of you is, I want you to personally do a video, service manager and GM, and be able to train it at your next tech meeting, just like Con has. A lot of you walk around, I do the tech videos, and Perry said this, and John Cott said this, but none of you have showed leadership, which is lead by example. I made Con do it. This is how you're going to get to the next level. You're going to say, guys, this is what we want. Let's try and get to it as close as we can. We want to introduce ourselves. We want to come off like we're the doctor, specialist, veterinarian. Okay? We're looking at your vehicle. This is their baby. We're looking at your 218, 219 vehicle. Okay? And this is what we noticed. Here's the great parts about it. What if your video is just that they didn't need anything? You got an awesome vehicle, Colin. We went through this thing head to toe and did a quick, inspection, and you don't need anything. Great job. You're looking after it. How is that not going to help our retention? Yeah, now we know the stats are about what, 100 at your store, $170 more for everyone with $585 more, Brooksy, when there's a video. We have data to prove it. How much is yours with a video?
2 minutes.
500 to 700 more on work orders with a video. So don't tell me it doesn't work. Tired of it. I got data to support it. Everybody needs to come up with a plan on how you're personally going to drive it if you're a service manager. Get a video that is perfect for your store. Lonnie, if you don't like being in front of it, then let Joel do it. Lead it. Be there right next to him. You two could do a video together. Say, this is my service manager, this is my shop foreman. I want to go through your vehicle. Use this as a highlight. We'll send you the deck. And I want every store to have a perfect video that you're now going to make the template. That's how you roll it out, Perry. Okay? We start off with one that's really good, and now we roll it out. Okay?
I think that's like the true leadership aspect. Like, that's a great video. It'd be easy for, like, my stores, we're not at the level we want effectively. It'd be really easy for my stores to, like, just copy Cons and then do what they've been doing the last year and a half. Just like have a meeting, guys, we're gonna go on our tech videos, look at this great video Con did. But I think the true leadership aspect of it is like the service manager actually doing the video themselves and showing their team that they're willing to do it. Right? Like whole style, like if you guys are the ones acting in the video, you're the ones that have the relationship with your technicians. You're the ones that have the respect of your team. Both of you guys have so much experience. I know the technicians respect you guys a lot, they like you guys a lot. If they see you guys doing this and you show them this is what I want, you're gonna get way more buy-in than the meeting, hey, we're at 60%, we gotta be at 80, do more videos.
Okay. So let's kind of go around the room because there's a couple sort of things that I'm going to be like, I picked 4 or 5 and I'm going to be, like I said, force feeding you. I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be holding you accountable. You can fight it if you want, but I don't recommend it. You guys will all be at 90% on this. Okay, so I want to go around the room because I really believe in this. Because 2 things that you guys said. Retention. You said you need better customer experience for CSI. You said you want to retain your customers, and you said you wanted more profitability. This does all 3. And if it becomes one of your best practices and you execute it at 90%, so every customer pay. Now, could you do it with warranty? Yes, you could. You could do it with all of them. What about our used cars? Do you think maybe we'd sell more used cars, Scott Barber, at Penticton Nissan if we had a tech video with the inspection?
100%.
Okay, so it would work then. So, I'm kind of being an asshole on some of this stuff because some of you aren't executing it. Colin, you said you were a great retailer, man. Why aren't you guys at 100% on this?
I think the only ones we're not doing would be the warranty that we should be doing.
Are you doing used cars?
We do warranty, we just don't do used cars.
Are you doing used cars? No. I haven't seen any used cars on the website. Oh, okay. So you're not.
Doing the customer pay warranty.
You're doing the minimum. You're doing what I asked. Try doing the most. If we know a process works with a technician video and it gets $500 more on a customer pay work order, how much more is it going to get on a used car? And none of you have sent me a thing, can we pay the technicians $10? None of you have actually said, hey, I'd like to roll it out. I'd like to spend, get Jordan to prove it. He's an expense guy. None of you have given him a business plan with a full plan saying, hey, I'm going to get to 90% on everything, but I'd like to spiff them $10 a video or $5 or whatever it is.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You're saying that is reconditioning the vehicle, the used car, that you're suggesting a video of him doing that and going through what he's changing and reconditioning and put it on the website?
Yeah. Does it seem like a good idea? So be like, hey, I just finished inspecting this used cars. Okay, my name's John Cott. Okay, I'm one of the top technicians at Penticton Nissan. I just went through this vehicle. I just did a full inspection on it. I just want to go over all the repairs we did. Okay, we did this type of required maintenance that it need. We put on 4 tires. I'm showing it to you. We also I want you to see the undercarriage. It's perfect. Okay, and then the overall condition of the vehicle was just unbelievable. Okay. This is a 2024 with only 60,000 kilometers, ready for use. It's all fully maintained now. It's all real ready. It's still under warranty. And so I can give it a top specialist technician from Penticton check mark. 3 minutes or less, I can do that. Right? So, I'm going to go around the room real quick. Guys, I'm being passionate. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just being passionate. Okay? Thomas, when can you have this rolled out properly?
Once we get Camobi, we're having an issue with
When's
PBS
Camobi?
trainings. We're getting it Friday, and then next week is training on it.
Okay. So is it fair to say that you will be able to have a full action plan process by the end of the month?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Con, when are you going to do everything? Right now you're only doing part of it.
Yeah, we're doing 86, 88%. I'd like to get over that 90. Talk to Sam here about this used car.
Is there any reason why Chris Dels can't do used? Okay.
No,
Okay.
yeah, first time we heard of it. Let's get into it.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. What about warranty?
Yeah, we do it on warranty as well because
Okay.
a lot of our warranty has customer pay. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Which technicians aren't doing it at a high level?
I can't say a single. There's definitely people that are higher than others, but everyone's over
Okay.
80%.
They're all over 80. Okay. That's good leadership. Okay. Tell me about Kia.
Should be able to have the video done. I would say you're Friday.
No,
we're doing.
I'm being realistic. 2 weeks or 4.
So when's your personal video going to be done?
Well, Kevin and I are going to do it together.
Okay.
We'll do it together.
This
but he's-
week? Okay.
Well, he's got training. So
Yeah.
we'll have to do it Monday.
Okay. So video within the next week, and then we're going to roll out the whole thing and start executing at a high level. No more excuses. Okay. How about you guys?
Monday morning.
Monday morning. Lonnie, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Are you going to do the video? Is Joel and you going to do it?
I will absolutely do the video.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Nissan.
I'm going to do the video itself. We have been adding some videos to the used vehicles already and then emailing them to the service manager, but we're going to be more specific on helping
Okay.
sell vehicles.
Okay. Are you at 80% right now across the board?
82% across the board
Okay.
at this moment.
Warranty and CP?
Yeah, every work order that
Okay.
the technicians.
Okay. Nice work. Okay. And would you say that it's at the same level as cons?
No, I like some of the ideas.
Okay.
That we had that
Introduce yourself. Remember, you're the doctor, you're the specialist.
Yep.
You're wanting to advise them. Okay? A lot of guys, the technicians don't know what to do. We've never shown them. But we want them to come off like they're the experts. Okay? When can you guys roll this out properly?
The video we can have done Monday.
Okay. Who's going to do it? You?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Nice.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Both. You're the technician, man. You should be able to nail it.
And we have just rolled them out with the techs after our one-on-one meetings is when
Okay.
we started doing them. I don't know if other people, I see the percentages come up, I don't know if that's just from Camobi that gives you that, or is it through, because ours is just through PBS. So I don't see a percentage on PBS of.
How
the
Video sent?
Yeah, of video, is it on PBS?
So, well, we review this one through Camobi, right? 'Cause
Oh,
this
yeah,
gives
we
you all
don't
the
have
video
Camobi.
upsells,
I know, but
We don't have Camobi.
PBS gives you a video count too that you send.
It does, yeah.
You can't filter it. That's the only problem with PBS.
Okay, and then you'll start tracking it, okay?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not something we've tracked yet because it was just
Okay,
something.
let's roll it out, man. Let's get to 100%. $700 per work order you're leaving on the table. I believe it works everywhere. It's not, some best practices are not just secluded to areas. Okay?
We'll have our video done on Monday.
Okay.
And we'll roll out an action plan. We are at 80%, tracking 80% this month.
Okay.
Right at 80. I mean, it doesn't leave much room.
Okay. How effective is your current video? Sebastian did a really good one, but I don't know how the rest of your team is.
I get, the advisor will tell me if it was a bad video, so I can go to the tech and
Okay.
say, like, Glenn did one and was looking at his feet.
Okay.
But I love that video.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are going to come up with the best one. Okay. Okay. Guy, what did you think of Con's video?
It was great.
Okay. Can you do one?
Probably.
Okay. I think your team needs to know what you expect from them.
For
Yeah.
sure. They're all at 80%.
Yeah.
They're staying there. Some of them do better videos than others, so this
Yeah.
will really help.
Yeah.
You know, giving them a
Okay.
template, obviously.
Okay. So when can we roll it out so that you're happy tracking it and feel really good that our work orders are going up $700 a work order?
Say Monday or Tuesday, should be
Okay.
able to do that, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
I have one quick comment.
Yeah.
It's completely different. But can we have a process, Sam? I know that you have 25 boxes of plate brackets. Can we have a process where detail is putting on our plate brackets?
If you're servicing an out-of-town customer, yeah.
Oh, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't have Kona Hyundai plate brackets on. For Arizona. Yeah, bring my boxes up.
You want me to put Genesis Kelowna plate brackets?
I want you to put something on it that says that.
Lougheed. Okay.
Perry, if you could, 2 minutes, Perry, if you can go through the Camogie and how you're measuring it, because your numbers are different than the numbers that are coming in. So could you just tell them how you're measuring the videos that are being done?
So in the metrics section in Camogie, go down to videos and you have to click customer and warranty, and then on the far right-hand side, we don't want to measure how many videos were sent in comparison to how many ROs, because that's misleading, because sometimes you guys are sending more than 1 or 2 videos per RO. So on the far right-hand side, it's going to give you a number of what the percentage of videos sent per RO is. And that's what you want, because we want to make sure every RO is getting at least 1 video, right? So, but if you look at what's made and what's sent, it's unfair, because I can make 5 videos on 1 car and that's going to skew my numbers. So, it's on the far right-hand side, the last 2 columns.
Okay, and it sounds like the PBS stuff isn't tracking as good. Is there something we can do to streamline that, Perry?
Streamline, I don't think so, but you can click, you can see all the videos for all the work orders sent per advisor.
Okay.
So you can pull that up in 2 seconds. So
Okay.
unless the advisor has like 80 work orders, yeah, you
Okay.
can do a little bit of counting, but you can just count the
Okay.
ones that don't. You can physically see the ones that don't have it.
Guys, once everybody gets in the right habits and just starts doing this, that's when the videos get better, the results get better, and you start to see some real progress. So it is a best practice. The top stores are doing it. All right. Strongest action plan on how we can raise the customer experience to a wow factor. Okay? We're going to break into teams. I want you guys to come up with some ideas at your stores. So group 1, there's 5 groups: Brandon, Cliff, Tristan, Scott, Jackson. Group 2, Darren, Barber, Muir, Scott, Brooks. This is the last part of customer experience and retention. I want some good takeaways. Con, Sam, Justin, Lonnie, Colin, Kevin, Scott, Jordan, Wiley, Thomas, Guy, Connor, Perry. Who, why, what, when, where, how. I'm also teaching you guys about how to roll out a process, man. Okay? Okay, staff training and retention. I'm going to get passionate. Okay? One-on-ones. Con has a template on his texts and advisors that we had him send out. Did everyone get it? Okay.
Raise your hand if you didn't get it.
Didn't get what?
Template for advisors and one-on-ones.
Okay. Jordan, can you get everyone this please? Okay. One-on-ones. I guess I just need to go down through everybody every service manager, and I'd like to understand how this isn't happening every single time with every tech and every advisor and every detailer. When you're the manager of a department and you're a leader of a department and you want to run successfully, give me the reason why it's not happening, because I'm having a hard time understanding. We'll start with you. You just lost a good tech, no written recaps. So obviously you both had a lot of egg on your face. As I said, show me the last performance review. Show me the email that you said that he didn't like his pay. So you had a lot of green up there on the profitability, but you just lost a good tech that had been with us 3.5 years. Like, this shit happens. Like, how many times have you heard me say one-on-ones? You were at the workshop last year.
Yep.
Why didn't you do it, man?
Had the one-on-one, just didn't put it into
Okay, you didn't do it. Visual, audio, to kinesthetic. This verbal stuff where I had a meeting with him for 10 minutes. We had a good chat, but we didn't put it down after. It means nothing. This isn't rocket science. You got to put it in writing. Okay? And some of you, I mean, Guy, I seen yours. They're a little fluffy, I'm going to be honest with you. I could, like, I'm just saying, take some pride in it, man. Cliff, this is your one-on-one. I want to go through it with you, man. Here's last month's performance. Let's go through all the KPIs. I'm going to go through your hours if you're a tech. I'm going to go through your CSI. I'm going to go through that. And then at the end, I'm going to say, tell me some of your challenges you're having. How do you feel you're doing on writing notes in the inspections? How do you feel you're doing on this stuff? You know, I've seen you get like 250 hours before. Last month you tracked 178. Is there any reason? He's going to say, yeah, I got shitty jobs, blah, blah, blah. I want to get that. I want to flush that out. I want to flush out why he's not getting more, and then I'm going to give him some opportunity. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep more of an eye on that, Cliff. Okay? I'm going to listen to what he said, why he couldn't do more hours, and I'm going to put it down in writing for him so he knows I acknowledged him. It's not difficult to do a proper one-on-one. These are your team. This is your team that works for you, and you are the leader. So how could you not do a one-on-one in writing, Scott Barber?
There are no excuses.
Some of you have been with me for years, and I have to keep doing these meetings about it. Mirzy, what is going on, man? We didn't buy the dealership 2 weeks ago. We bought it 6 months ago. It's embarrassing that this hasn't been rolled out yet.
It is rolled out, but yes, just
With written recaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually.
In the last 2 weeks, yeah.
I think we got a lot out of it, to be honest. I think Brooksy got a lot out of it. It was a really good eye opener for us, and a good swift kick in the ass.
Okay, well, I'm being passionate, guys.
No, I appreciate it, and like I say, it was really good. We did it together.
Yeah, we did the text. We haven't done the advisor yet.
Jordan, what did you say to Scott Barber and me and Darren about when you interviewed the tech? You went in there at the end to save the day as the owner. Technician was quitting because he wasn't happy with his pay. And what did he say to us?
Well, he said a lot of things through the meeting, but
Well, I want to give me the general feedback on what he said.
the general feedback was that he didn't feel appreciated.
He didn't feel appreciated. Why?
He brought up concerns many times. He felt that they were never heard, they were never changed, nothing ever happened. He felt that other staff members got praised for similar things that he had done that he never got praised for. Overall, just felt that he was a forgotten employee.
Do you know that almost every technician that has quit has given me similar feedback? And the service manager always thinks it's because of the money. Because they don't know how to do a proper one-on-one. And listen to what they're saying, and then put it back in writing so that they know they heard you. It's called empathy. Okay, Colin, I'm going to review your pay with ownership after this meeting. Now that you've got your 4th year, thanks for bringing that to my attention is going to be the last paragraph. I don't know what they'll do. I'll send it out to them, and we'll get back to you within 10 days. That would mean that he heard it. You've given it to him in writing. Hey, I'm not getting enough work. The right jobs. I feel you're favoring Sebastian. I feel you're favoring this guy. I feel you favor the other apprentices. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep a better eye on that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. It's in the recap. And then I'm also going to try and ask him for, it's give and take. Okay, you know what? Thanks for bringing those things to me. Now this is what I want to see from you. An improvement on these things. In writing. Okay, that's a one-on-one. So, can I get a commitment, please? I don't want to yell at meetings. I don't want to have to phone you and ask you why a tech left when you didn't do a one-on-one. It pisses me off. Because I feel like I'm talking blue in the face. Over and over and over and over about the same stuff that's hurting my head. Please, can I get a commitment from you two? Every employee that works for you will be done once a month. Thank you. Can I get a commitment from you? Okay, Guy, can I get a commitment from you? Okay, you're new.
I'm bored.
Okay.
My front end staff, I got 2 techs left to do.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Con, how did you make out?
I mean, even though
You
my
got the
name's on
most
board-
employees here, but
Yep. Even though I'm on that board, JK, am I doing them structured and I'm doing them scheduled? I can't truthfully look in the eye and say I am, but I will. And I am
okay.
100% positive.
You have Justin.
Yes.
Can he do some of them? Can he
100%.
take over the detail department?
100%.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll CC you on those emails so you know they're there.
Well, just come on, guys. These are best practices. Better customer experience, better employee retention, and guess what? Productivity and profitability. This one initiative hits all 5 pillars. And I said this to your guys the other day. How could you, like, if you started an own business and you went for a loan, and the accountant said, "Okay, give me some ideas. Like, I'm going to lend you 5 or 6 million. How are you going to get the numbers up and how they're losing money? How are you going to do it?" And if I didn't have an action plan, then I'm actually going to do some training and some one-on-ones with the employees, that probably would look pretty stupid on my business case. So it's really troubling for me that sometimes managers and executives aren't doing it every single month without fail. Okay? That's the John Cott rant. Let's go to new stuff. Okay. Staff function or lunch activity. Once monthly. Are we doing stuff like that, guys? I see some of you do it once in a while, but you know what? Having lunch, it's part of the social club. I've told every manager they get to do 1 staff lunch per month. Okay? You can do activities every 2nd month, right? So it's really important to do this. This is when you get to know them. You know, I can be a real hard ass, but you know, I also have a lot of fun with staff. Hockey games or anything like that. You have to do both, guys. You have to take them outside the workplace sometimes and do things with them, right? It's important, okay? So you humanize you as a leader. Justin, we went to a game, right? Had a great time. You talked about it for a long time. It's just little things, guys, that happens. So pick stuff. Find out what they like to do, right? Really important. Training module. So we have the manufacturer's training that has to be done for certification. Some of you, I think, have nailed it. Okay? It's really important. It's part of, our requirements now with the manufacturer. It's really your responsibility to make sure that everybody's gets done. So you should be looking at that in your system. And then the in-house. And then this is where I got to challenge you, same on the one-on-ones. Why am I pulling teeth to get the GM and the service manager to have like a controlled, scheduled module for their service team, which includes the receptionist or the appointment coordinator and having a strategic meeting on how you're doing? Like, it'd be different, like we're not asking people, you're going to buy them supper, you're asking them once or twice a month, hopefully twice for some of you, twice a month, where you're going to have them stay from 5 o'clock till 6:30 or 5 o'clock till 6. You're going to buy them supper, and you're going to allow them to get better at their jobs by training them. Now, the first one, everyone doesn't like it because it's something new. And if you don't prepare yourself properly and give them a wow factor at the meeting, which includes a good meal, and you actually have handouts and, you know, this is where we are, this is what we're trying to accomplish, and you don't have a visual, okay? And you're just kind of doing it for me, Darren. You're doing the training for me because I make you do it. No. If you're doing things for me, we got a problem. If you're waiting to the last end of the month to cram for one-on-ones or for training, do it for yourselves. Do it for your team. They need it. They actually want it. 95% of the time, when there's successful training going on, they thank you after, and they actually start developing, and they really want it more, in my experience. When we don't do it, or we do it once in a while, and we're not organized, that's when we don't get the buys in. So, can everyone commit? Let's go around the room because we're documenting this. You're all get a copy of the deck. So, okay, what's your training program going to be, Connor and Thomas? In-house.
I can answer to that. So it's just something that I have not put in place since we've been there.
Why?
It's a fail. There's no excuse.
Is it not important?
Of course it is.
Okay. Are you too busy?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no reason.
Just
why
trying to
we
flush
can't
out the excuses.
Hour or two. So I think we do a good job with the consistency aspect based on morning huddles and the one-on-ones and everything like that. But the actual diving in and advisor training, the last one that was done was 4 weeks ago, and they came.
Okay,
blown out.
huddles are not training. I want to clarify. Huddle is not a training.
We just need to put in place a monthly advisor training in-house where we have everyone in boardroom setting, 5 to 6, Tom and I preparing and actually hosting it minimum once a month.
Okay, you guys need to do too. Okay? You're a big store. Okay? And your numbers are just not where they need to be. Okay? Especially when you're rolling stuff out, you know, when you haven't done it, you almost need to do it more at the start and then segue back into once a month. But when you got so much stuff to train because you've been putting it off, then you roll out more because you have more to cover.
Our long-term advisor, Gary's 20 years, 19 years, something like that. And I was the first sit-down one-on-one with him that he's ever had.
Right. Well, it might be the first training session he's had too. So, okay. So I want to see 2 a month. How soon? How soon can we roll this out?
One by the end of this month and then start.
Okay. And then, okay. Thank you. Con?
Do training every single month. Advisors usually an hour to an hour and a half. I send out a written email.
Okay.
We do videos. We do very much like
Yeah.
this, where we break out into groups. There's some money spread around. I've done a level up one now. I invited Okanagan Dodge to our last one. I think it went really, really well. It was a
Nice.
big room. Yeah, I will tell
Okay.
you 100% it works really, really
Okay.
well.
Is the appointment coordinator there?
Appointment coordinator, Genesis Claudius is there. My warranty admin is there. Sam is there. Justin's there. 100% attendance for the last
Okay.
6 months.
I like it. Nice work. And, you know, like I said, the numbers are showing, man. So, Scott?
We have them scheduled for every 2 weeks.
Okay.
We didn't do one last week. It just didn't work out for timing with some of the staff and with Erin leaving, but with the new guy starting, we have our next one on Wednesday next
Okay.
week.
Appointment coordinator is going to be there?
She was there at the last one, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pardon me?
I have to get more.
Okay. So you haven't been at them?
I've only been at a couple.
Okay. Why is it not important to you?
I'm recognizing my failure right now. I'm going
Okay.
to adjust it.
Okay. Okay. Victoria Genesis, once you have someone hired, can we roll out something? Okay.
Yeah, I train with whatever, Colin when I'm there.
Okay.
Make sure you get the training even if he doesn't have something there. Just to himself.
That would be some interesting training. Okay. Lonnie and Colin, what's the plan?
I think ever since we switched from doing the morning trainings to evenings, it's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
We do them pretty consistently now, every 2 weeks, every other Thursday.
Okay. Nice.
My biggest issue is ideas.
Okay.
That's where I struggle.
I can give you 50 ideas whenever you need them.
Yeah. Sorry.
We do it every second Thursday. We buy them dinner. We go in the boardroom. We do it for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We're fully engaged. BDC girls involved, advisors, myself, Lonnie.
You're going to, well, you got the maintenance board, right?
Yep.
So that gives you 10 things you can train on immediately.
Yep, we just did that one last time.
Okay, but you can pick one, right? Pick one. A good one is,
Overall, if every service manager is going to be
Yep.
share our ideas.
You do a
Yep.
recap,
We have
Yep.
8 managers that are all gonna,
Or then you can
meetings
swap.
that they're gonna set up for the next month. The next 4 weeks are all gonna be set. I think when you set that schedule, just include all managers here, and then just put a little blurb on what
Yeah.
that training looks like.
I think I gave you an idea. So an idea I had is you write down, you know, a service 3, you write down a break service, you write down, you know, a thing, and you with a whole bunch of just little sheets, right? And they're all turned over, and then your advisors pick one up, and then you have a little spiff program on who trains the best, who give me the best pitch, right? So they pull one up. Oh, I got a, you know, 2024 Hyundai Elantra service 3. Go, give it to me. Oh, I got a 2018 with 100,000 kilometers, right? And so that you can have fun with it, guys. It doesn't always have to be just like you standing up like I am right now. You can have more interaction, right? You can get them to do one of these things where you break into groups. You can do all kinds of stuff, man. There's all kinds of ideas, okay? Guys.
Very inconsistent. You had a passionate conversation with myself and Darren about a month ago, and we did have what I think was a good session.
Nice.
But, it's inconsistent.
Okay. Well, I don't recommend that anymore. I don't recommend that not happening anymore for both of you. Okay? So, right?
Brooksy, every opportunity is on the counter. I mean, it's constant training with Carrie.
Yeah, we do need some more
But we need structured
Yeah.
training where it's planned as opposed to just addressing every
Yeah.
situation right there on the spot. But
Okay, so when's it going to be?
we're gonna sit on Friday, we're gonna work it out, and we'll send you an email
Okay,
and then
so-
a plan as to when it's gonna be. And
Okay, you're a small store. I want it once a month. I want a scheduled time after hours, not during the day. It's going to be after 5 o'clock. It's going to be an hour and a half. Okay? It's going to include supper. It's going to include a strategic planning and with all the people that should be involved. Okay?
Tristan and I have been doing the training. We've done it for consistently for the last couple months.
Okay. Every
we're
2
only
weeks?
We're only doing it once a month. It'll
Okay.
be, moving forward, we're big enough that it should be every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
Yeah, you got 4 advisors, right? You got lots of stuff to talk about. You got this receptionist.
Yeah.
They all need it, man.
too.
You got a big department there. You need to do it. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people going on there. That happens every day.
And
So,
then one thing I'm also gonna add to it is I haven't been sending a recap after, so I'll make sure.
yeah. So Con, you know, you're really good at it. So you do the training, and you send a recap after, right? It's really, that's just like the one-on-ones. This is what we went over last night. Thank you, guys. We're going to have a big month. Okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks, right? Okay, Guy.
I've only done one. I need to actually be better at training.
Okay.
I need some help with that, for sure.
Okay.
But I am gonna be more consistent once a month.
Okay.
I think with 2 people that I have.
Yeah.
Would be enough.
Okay.
As long as I want it.
Okay. Brandon, can you make sure that you schedule yourself to be at the next training? Whenever he plans, I'd like you there.
Yep.
From the 5 to 7 o'clock at night, or 5 to 6:30, whenever it is. Okay. All right. I think everybody knows we need to do it consistently. Group team discussion and strategy sessions. These are like, you know, making sure your team knows how we did last month. Make sure your team knows whether, you know, did we have great CSI? Were we profitable? Are our O counts up or are our O counts down? Some of you know all this information, but you don't share it with your team. They need to know what's happening so that they can be part of the solution, right? So it's really important. Tech meetings. Tech meetings are supposed to happen once a week, structured. The service manager brings them, the data, okay? I know all the reasons why some of you don't want to have them, and they're just bullshit, okay? They are. So, get rid of the excuses. Oh, they're bitch sessions, this and that. Be leaders. This is what you control the meeting. This is what we're doing, guys. This is where we're tracking. Our oral counts were down. Our CSI was up. I want to go through a couple things. Tech videos, great job. You've improved. You're up 15%. Okay, that's good. We know that Every tech video gets us an extra $557. We have data to support it. It's a great job. I need to see better notes. You guys sometimes complain about the advisors not selling enough. I need to see better notes, upsells. Okay, we're going to be doing lots of tire swaps coming up. So we're going to be doing, what's it called, RSI? Is that what
RSI for recalls, but we're going to be doing MPI.
Okay. RSI, MPIs, whatever you guys want to call them. Guys, we're going to get you to do a little inspection. We want you guys to take some time when you're doing the one-line items, and we're going to try and get you guys some upsells and whatnot, especially with tire season, the swaps. We're going to really focus on a plan. I'm going to put a strategic plan together, okay, on how we're going to get you guys some business on those swaps, okay. We're also with marketing department. We're going to be targeting some people. We went ahead and put some plans together for our lost souls. We're going to be seeing some of those people back in here. We offer them 10%. Doesn't affect you guys at all. Guys, I want to give you some stats on the wheel alignments. We did 120 last month in February. March, our goal is 190. So really want to roll out the wheel alignments. Don't forget about that, guys. It's how you guys make money. Most of you make time on it. The dealership does really well profitability-wise on alignments. So I need more out of you on the alignments. Okay. Now, is there any equipment stuff that I need to know about, guys? How's the computers working? How's the, this working? How's the machine doing? Hey, did you like the new wheel machine that we just got you at Okanagan Dodge? Okay, it costed $29,000. These guys aren't afraid to spend money on equipment. You guys got all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. That's the tech meeting. You go around the room, boom, you get buy-in, chop, chop. Once a week. It's really important the GM is there. Say a few words at the end and rock and roll. Is there any reason why we can't do a tech meeting once a week? I'd like to hear the challenges. Don't be afraid.
Are you talking about the ones like at noon?
Yeah. No, some of us are either too busy or we've decided that it's not that we don't want to do it. Okay? Woodgrove, can we do it once a week? Is there any challenges or reasons why you can't do it?
No.
Okay. Is there any challenges or reasons why you can't do a designated tech meeting coming with a full plan like I just kind of gave you? I picked some things up.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Can you be there?
Every time.
Okay. Is there any reason why you guys have a structured tech meeting where you're there and you guys come up with some stuff to share with your techs?
No.
Okay. Is there any reason why you can't do a tech video? Tech meeting?
Zero. We do them every Thursday.
Okay. Perfect.
We do them every week.
And continue to do so.
Every week?
Wednesday.
Every week?
Wednesday.
Okay. So we didn't need to spend a lot of time on that. Remunerations, guys. They came up. I think we're above the top 25% on almost every single position.
Just real quick on the tech meetings. When you guys are doing the tech meetings, if it becomes natural culture, like you're doing it at 12 o'clock every Friday or something, for example, if you aren't going into the meeting with a plan and it's like 11:55, you're like, oh, it's a tech meeting, kid, we gotta get out there, and you're just like winging it, that's when it feels like a chore, and that's when they fall off. Because you didn't prepare on what to tell your team, what to review with your team, like the day before, or at least a couple hours before. You should be spending 30 minutes and saying, these are my 3 key points that I'm going to drive home at this meeting. This is my plan preparation. You'll probably grab the GM as well at some point and say, hey, I'm going to go through these 3 things. What would you like to say at this meeting? And you actually have a plan. So when you get up there, you're not just like, hey, like we're doing a good job this week, everybody's on track for their hours, and right? So you have to go with a plan. That's how it works, and the tech's actually getting something out of it. If you're just showing up 5 minutes before and saying, hey, you're shooting from the hip, that's when they're gonna fall off because you feel like you don't feel prepared, so you feel like there's no benefit to the meeting because there really wasn't, right? It was more just like a rah, and then half the time it'll turn into the tech's bitching at you because they're upset about something, right? Those are the negative things that we don't want to have happen. You need to control the narrative, say, this is what I'm driving home, hey, shop foreman, anything you'd like to add? General manager has a couple points, boom, done, move on.
No, it's a good point. Remunerations, guys, I just put this in here because like I feel that we're in the top 25% for every single position. And in some cases, we're in the top 1%. Some employees are at the highest. Like Victoria has some people that are at the highest. You have almost every single employee in your department that's at the highest in Kelowna. So like, you know, if there's really someone that you think is underpaid, then it's up to you to bring it to ownership's attention, right? So I'm using you kind of as an example here, but like, just, you guys got to feel confident that we're in the game. We're not trying to cheap out with people. I know what the business pays on every single position, and I feel confidently that we're in the game. So you guys have to feel that way too. And if you do feel someone's really good at their job and they're underpaid, then send an email to Jordan. We have a process, man. Okay? Resolve issues quickly and recover. This is the biggest one for retention, is when we don't do it quick enough. We know there's a problem with a staff member. He's either broke, he needs money, he's got an issue at home, blah, 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 and we just didn't do anything about it. So that's a real big one. Okay. Let's go through the next ones here. KEG best practices. So we went through a lot of stuff, guys, and this is basically KEG best practice initiative. Every store should be an 8 out of 10 to hit their full potential. We talked about one-on-ones with a written recap. Does everybody agree with the why in that? Okay. I think we don't want to beat a dead horse here. Morning review of appointments. Can we just get some feedback on who's doing that and who isn't? Because a best practice, and you're all sales managers, would mean you would go through the appointments ahead of time, and you'd have a plan and a huddle with your advisors to actually figure out how the day is going to be. Then I'd walk out to the service department and I'd have another huddle with my technicians and tell them what's happening. And each one would take about 5 minutes. Con, how long are yours taking?
I'll say 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. But I got a plan every single day with my team. This is basic 101 leadership stuff. I'm reviewing what we have planned for the day, and I'm going to be a leader and help them execute. I'm going to say, hey, listen, to my advisor, you know what? We got some real juicy stuff here. Let's make sure you come and grab me. I want to do a second face. I want to talk to you before this customer leaves, because I've identified 3 or 4 here that are going to be very big. And then vice versa. We've got some that aren't going to be good. These are, some quick ins. Let's make sure we talk to the tech. And the tech gives us a full inspection. But we know the business. We know our appointments. And I think some of you guys are grabbing that information. You'll say, yeah, I go through the appointments every day. You're not doing anything with it. You don't execute some type of plan with the technicians and the advisors, right? So you're only doing part of it, right? So Sammy, anything on that?
No, you nailed it on that.
Okay. How are we in the game at that at Kelowna Hyundai?
Without a doubt.
Okay. That's being a sales manager right there. We teach that in sales all the time, but service managers, you're wearing a sales manager hat. It's got to be part of it, man. Morning huddles with advisors, same thing, CSI. Where are we tracking for CSI? That should be posted in your office. It should be something that you're discussing in the huddle. So everybody knows where we're tracking for the month. Same with techs. They got to know fist rate the first time. They got to know where we're at for CSI. This is just part of your culture. It's communication. Digital check-ins 100%. Okay, so some of you have had, is there any, just so I know, which guys are having technology issues here with the digital check-in? So you guys?
We have the equipment. We're waiting for the company from Williams Lake to come
Okay.
down and install it.
Okay.
We're getting around it, obviously,
Okay.
but it's not working. We can check them in, but we're not getting the advantage of it without being able to use the tablets outside.
Okay, so
This is the Wi-Fi extenders?
Yes, we have them. We're waiting.
You guys got them installed like 2 weeks ago?
No, they came to look to see what we wanted done, because the guy was in the area. there's one company that does it in all the carriers. You're gonna wait for them to have another job.
Okay.
another call, and then-
Okay, I just want to flush out any other problems. Is there anybody else that has technology issues? Maple Ridge, you guys used to say you had. Is that all sorted out?
Seems to be okay.
Okay.
It still glitches and freezes, but we
Okay. Does everyone agree that they should be at 100%, not 80? Like, it should be perfect. Everybody should be checked in our system technology. Darren, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good. The only ones that don't get checked in are internal. So
Okay.
RO and advisor.
Okay. So with the exception of Sunrise,
We're open walk-ins though, like, so the way our appointment schedule is now, we write as many ROs as weren't scheduled in. So we don't check those in digitally because you'd have to create the appointment in order to.
That's exactly what we do.
Is that what you do?
When we get a walk-in, we put it right on the schedule.
Yeah.
Check it in right now.
I think you have time, man.
You can also just check them in with your phone. You can create the appointment and check it in with your phone.
Maybe just got PBS, I don't have the Komobi.
Huh?
PBS doesn't scan that bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit glitchy on the VIN scan.
PBS isn't gonna work. If you have Komobi, you can scan the VIN.
You can manually enter the VIN into.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
Okay, we got a digital check in everybody, even the walk-ins. I don't think there's enough that really, those are one-off, Scott.
Yeah, no, I was just asking because that does bring the number down. We hadn't done that. We've just been, when somebody comes in with a tow-in or something, we've just been writing it up. We
Yeah.
haven't been making the appointment, but if that's what the others are doing, then
Yeah.
it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
We hadn't been doing that, right?
I even knew about some of the internals that I write up for like accessories and stuff like that. I'll create an appointment on that way.
Okay, digital check-ins, 100% is the goal. No one-line work orders. Who here is tracking one-line work orders weekly or daily? You're tracking daily? Okay. Con?
I review work orders regularly. I wouldn't be able to bring out a report that tells one line.
Okay. You shouldn't have any, really. There should always be something. We're now going to have next appointment. We're now going to have stuff, but the one-line work orders, and some of you had 2 or 3. I need you guys to track it. So, because usually it's one advisor taking a shortcut, wants to get out of there either late or early, or there's usually some reason that he just didn't do the process.
Is there a way in PBS to track that, or does it have to come manually?
Perry, is there any way to track that?
I actually don't know if you can pull a report for a one-line.
No.
Just gotta do it, you gotta do a 50 work order review and then just take an average.
Okay. Monthly work order review on due diligence. Hard copies signed. The signatures are a big one, guys. Like I said, we had we've had I guess all 3, Jordan, between Kia, Victoria, and Maple Ridge. How much was the chargeback so far the last year?
You add them all up?
Yeah.
Probably
230. Most of the stuff was stuff that where it wasn't signed and just I's and T's not crossed. And this is from us getting it down. This is me, John Cott, negotiating with them, okay, and getting it down to like 30 cents on the dollar. It would have been 500,000. So you got to do a work order, and it just tells you how your guys are doing, man. So.
What's a reason that the work order is not signed? Is it just forgetfulness? Like how does the customer not sign the work order?
Only thing I can think of would be a tow-in, but then good practice would be
sign it,
they sign it.
Like they're picking up the car, how do they not sign for it? They
For
just
ours,
have
it's
to
a little
sign.
bit different because it went from the whole COVID period of getting white touch anything to transitioning back into getting signed work orders, and then it was just laziness.
Yeah. Brooksy, were you guys just in the habit of doing verbal stuff? Is that what it was?
Oh, for sure, like you say, the whole caribou way is just kind of how, and it's not an excuse for it, but that's
Bad habits.
like you say, laziness.
Okay. Bad habits. Okay.
Bad habits.
That should have been your guys' team name, Caribou Way.
Okay.
The best way to do it is just copy what we've done this exercise here. Like you can get both your advisors or your team of 3 or 4 advisors, tell them to grab 10 to 15 work orders and tell them, hey, I want you guys to review these and see what you found. Get them to review different ones that they didn't do, just like we did today. Just copy some of the same things that we did here. If you want to improve customer experience or an NPS or a KPI, get them to do a workshop. Why don't you guys give me an idea? Let's have a little contest. Buy much, give $50 or something, right? So you copy the same things that we did in today's meeting and recreating your own awareness.
Okay, tech videos. That was a big one. Okay, got it 2 or 3 times today. Trying to drill it down. Tech videos and tracking results. Are we reviewing the missed opportunities and declines? So like, if one of yours, if you're a Hyundai, a Kia, or Nissan store and your hours per hour are 0.9 or 1.1 for the day, and you had 10 or 15 customers, are you reviewing those and saying, where did we miss? What happened here? How did we have that strong of appointment count and not have better results? Or is there some that are going to be, like, do you know if there's more to close and the real day was going to be that much higher? Or, you know what I mean? Like, are you reviewing it? So Colin said he is. Thomas, are you reviewing yours daily?
Yeah, I can do the COT daily tracking sheet.
Okay.
They're handing that in every day with their work orders.
Okay. Guy, how are you doing with your guys?
I'm pretty much only doing a verbal. I should do better tracking.
Okay. This COT tracking thing, can you send it to Guy? Okay. Cliff, how are we doing on the tracking? Daily results?
Every day we track our videos and
You're-
make sure they're going out.
No, but you're going through the numbers with your like, this is based on missed opportunities and declines.
Yeah, we look at everything that we.
Okay, Lonnie?
Yeah, what we've been doing is when we have our meeting in the morning, we will grab a couple of focus appointments that we talked about before and make sure that we're hitting those, and then we review them throughout the day as well.
Okay. But if you had a bad day, would you go through the numbers the previous day? As the manager? Okay. Okay. Darren? Okay. Yeah, I mean, what happens is, and I mean this in a positive way, like trends can be good or they can be bad. So when you have like one day, okay, that's a one-off. 2 days, that's not a one-off. That's the start of a trend. I want to nip that in the butt. I want to review that with my team, find out what's going on, find out why they're not pitching everything, find out why the techs aren't doing this. Like there's as soon as you have 2 or 3 days that your numbers aren't where you're supposed to be, if you're supposed to be tracking 1.8 or 2 hours per hour, or if you're domestic, you're supposed to be 3, and you have a good database of that many work orders, once it becomes a trend of bad numbers, you got to be like, in sales we do it all the time, like why didn't have enough appointments or missed appointments, we had a whole bunch of no-shows. We drill down on that when we have 2 or 3 bad days in a row, so that's where that comes in. Pre-book the next appointment, the dentist initiative. This has got to be 100% at every store. Perry, can you come up with some way where there's going to be automatic replies on this next appointment so that they get it out 30 days in advance or something?
Yeah, the Kobe's set up to give the customer a reminder 2 days prior to their appointment.
Okay, I think we got to do even before that. Like, I think there should be one 30 days and then another one 2 days, especially if we're going to really drill down on new and used car sales. And then the guys who don't have Komobi, can you put up a plan with PBS on these reminders? Okay, so I want a 30-day reminder and then I want 2 days before. Okay, every single store, and then the managers are going to make sure that the advisors are booking the next appointment or the appointment quarter. You got to do it with the customer. Okay, so I want, some of you guys like to take shortcuts, so I just wanted to eliminate it. You letting the customer leave and then hoping that someone else is going to put it in the system, and you guys thinking that's the process is not it.
If we're talking about the first oil change when someone buys a car, I mean, we had some really good processes.
Okay, can I finish?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, I've lost track of it, but the dentist initiative, okay, you need to do it with the customer. I just want to make sure, Perry, before I finish that part. Okay. Because some of you kind of, I'm going to get this guy to go in the system and she's going to put it in there later, but the best process is with the customer at checkout. I just want to be clear, that's when we want to do it. I want it on the work order, so that when they leave that, when they get that in there, it's also written down when they just checked out. Okay?
If you have their next appointment booked, it'll print that on.
Okay, that's what we want. So, having someone else check it for the missed ones, that's good, but I just want to make sure we understand the process. Okay, now Perry, go ahead. What were you saying about the first appointment?
I was gonna say, we had a process where, obviously the customer met the manager met the customer prior to them leaving after taking delivery. The salesperson was supposed to bring you the delivery checklist and the printed sheet of them booking the appointment on the website.
That's how we track it at
Right, that's how you know, because the
Okay.
salesperson brings the printed out sheet that says your appointment is booked in.
Okay, so I'm going to, like Perry brings up a good point, I'm going to ask all the GMs to make sure that they have the sales manager process with the sales team booking the first new and used appointments.
As Con and Sammy said earlier, they have a great sheet
Okay,
that I got from you guys.
Yeah, we wanna make that standardized.
okay. Con, can you send that to Brandon and Jordan and we'll roll it out for everybody? Okay. First oil change booked at every sale, new and used. Who needs to track it? The GM. Okay. The GM needs to track it. It's your business. The service manager should know the number, but the GM, it should be him tracking it.
We're doing it on wholesale now too.
Okay.
Booking the first oil change on
Nice.
wholesale. Now we also put a critical memo in PDS, not to the technician, not to massive upsell or anything.
Yeah. Okay. We already talked about bi-monthly training session with advisors and BDC. Daily highlights of review SSI and advisors posted. Are you a driver or maintainer? Okay, break 15 minutes, guys.